Imagine a world where the supernatural is not just a figment of human imagination, but a reality. This isn't a tale from the distant past. It's about a young man, an ordinary office worker who had a strong skepticism towards anything related to ghosts and spirits. He considered them nothing more than figments of an overactive imagination. One day, due to an increased workload, he had to stay late at the office. When he finally left, it was late into the night. On his way home, his motorcycle broke down. With no other option, he decided to walk, pushing his motorcycle along. After walking for a while, he spotted a bus stop and decided to rest there for a bit. Soon, a sadhu, a holy man, came and sat next to him. The sadhu had a bidi, a type of Indian cigarette, which he was smoking in a peculiar manner. The young man, who had a habit of striking up conversations with anyone and everyone, started talking to the sadhu. In the course of their conversation, the young man stated, "Baba, I don't believe in ghosts or spirits. I think they are all made-up stories." The sadhu replied, "Whether you believe in them or not, never say that ghosts and spirits don't exist. They do." The young man chuckled at this. He challenged the sadhu. "If ghosts exist, why can't we see them? Can you show me a ghost right now?" The sadhu felt that it was necessary to show him the truth. He asked the young man to accompany him to a cremation ground. Without a second thought, they both set off. As they neared the cremation ground, the young man started feeling a bit scared, but he controlled his fear and continued walking. Soon they arrived at the cremation ground where a few bodies were being cremated. The sadhu made the young man sit at a spot where a body had been cremated a while ago. The sadhu then drove an iron nail into the ground and tied a white thread to it. He handed the other end of the thread to the young man and instructed him to hold it tight. The young man was now very scared. His breath was heavy and his hands and feet were trembling, but he held on to the thread. The sadhu placed several pieces of sugar candy in a line near the thread. He warned the young man, "Soon some spirits will come to eat this candy. Do not let go of the thread until they have left. If you do, it could be dangerous for you." The sadhu then started chanting some mantras. After chanting for a while, the sadhu asked the young man to close his eyes. After a few moments, he told him to open them. When the young man opened his eyes, he couldn't believe what he was seeing. There were 4 spirits in front of him, eating the sugar candy. One of the spirits looked familiar. It was the spirit of his neighbor who had passed away a few days ago. On seeing this, the young man let go of the thread in shock. He looked around for the sadhu, but he was nowhere to be found. He ran back towards his home, hearing his name being called from behind and many other strange noises, but he didn't dare to look back. After reaching home, he told his parents everything. Exhausted, he went to his room and fell asleep. When he woke up the next day, he was back at the cremation ground, at the very spot where he had seen the spirits. From that day, he started experiencing mental distress. So the next time you dismiss the supernatural as mere stories, remember this tale. Because sometimes things are not always as they seem.